Alright, now let's get this water pump off this Yamaha. I saved the good money shot for y'all. See how this water impeller is. Now it pumped water, it didn't have any problems pumping water. But it does come with a gasket that I just broke. That impeller has not been changed in quite some time. So, take a look at it. There's our key. Let's see what an impeller that hasn't been changed in a hot minute looks like. Come on. I want to come up. It seems like the drive shaft is locked in there. That's nice. I like the Evan root ones. They slide up and out, which is fine. Okay. So, good shape. Just yeah. The memory has set. And we can put our new one in for many more years of trusted service. Key came out. Get our new gasket, put our new gasket on. That's the only difference with the Yamahas is they have these dowels and things can kind of get stuck. Be prepared for that. There's our plate, which is in great shape. And I would pull that up. I don't want to ruin the gasket underneath that. That's it. Get our new pump and our key. And new impeller. Alright, when we put our new impeller on, change that out. Make sure you can't put it on upside down. I mean, you can't, literally. So, just be prepared for that. I'm sure you all know already. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Slide our cup on over to that. Alright guys, and I just used the push and slide technique. Push down, spin and push on the drive shaft, spin the drive shaft, push down on the cup, and it slides right on in there. Spin the drive shaft, push down. That's it. You can literally hear the impeller spinning as it should. I'm just going to put our bolts in. These little metal brace brackets I've never seen before, I don't really know what to do. Tighten them up. Very, very simple job on the Yamahas. I don't know why the OMCs can be tricky, but 4 bolts, new impellers in place. Get this lower unit back on in. Now to grease the top of the splines, I did find my Evan Road triple guard grease, woo! But this stuff is really thick and tacky, and I don't want this thing seizing up into the power head, so we're just going to use a generic heavy-duty bearing grease. This way it'll keep it lubed up, and it won't, you know, make it like stuck in there if it's not removed in a couple years. And it's just what I'm comfortable using. I don't want to use the triple guard grease on the Yamaha. And I don't even think I use triple guard grease on the splines of my OMC. So we're going to go with some decent heavy-duty bearing grease. Just so that this power head stays lubed up in there and never seizes into that power head. And we're going to actually throw a little bit on the shaft here to clean it up. For ease of installation. What's nice about putting this lower unit in was you can get it up high enough where the linkage, you can just get on a couple threads and then you can let go of it so that it doesn't fall down. So once you just connect this by a couple threads, now you can move your lower unit up. And if the splines don't align, what I did is I threw the old prop back on and I just spun this because it's in gear, and it moved the drive shaft and she slid right up. So just put our 4 bolts in, lower unit's back in place, put our new prop on, tighten up our linkage, and check our water pump repair. Check this out. When have you guys ever seen me install something new? Keep it in box. New, baby. When's the last time you saw that? Isn't it pretty? New. Oh yeah. Let's grease that prop shaft up. Again, we're gonna go with the gourd, with the bearing grease. Blech. It didn't work. Very nice. Grease for the soul. You guys aren't watching. Any YouTubers out there want to help me figure out what the best method is here? I'm trying to watch my work, but then the camera angle gets all messed up. Do you actually watch your repair via the camera angle? It's called the tripod, stupid. Anyway, greased up. Clean my hands. Blech. Blech. Oh, new, baby, new. Let's get this new one on there. Check this out. Pretty sure I just put my sweater on that freaking greasy prop. I can't remember which side the washer goes. Nice. This is so nice, dude. And there's a washer. Alright, now we can install our washer, our castle nut, and our brand new cotter pin. Not too tight, but tight enough. And prop is installed. Man, she looked pretty. Right, let's get her down, clean up the top. We're going to throw the fittings. Whoop. Some new fittings on the fuel hose. We're going to put a new fitting in the fuel tank. Clean it up, start it up, let's get it. Hey, YAMAHA's running good. Little hiccup when we first got it running. No water showing out the back. I don't know the YAMAHA's. I don't know, I assume the water would come out of the exhaust port. But it's cold. I mean, I could rest my hand on the block. So it's cooling itself, just I wasn't showing it. And this is a newer motor. There definitely should be a telltale somewhere. Long story short, playing with it. Took this hose off, because that's what looked to be where the water would come from. And water's pouring out of this thing, so I knew it. So once I knew, I had to follow that hole, put my air hose in the hole, cleaned out whatever gunk was in there, and now we got the P stream. So very, very happy with that. And then originally also, fuel was spitting out this bottom cylinder here, and it wouldn't run. Fuel was coming out of my carb, wouldn't run. So I think the float bowl needle was a little stuck. So I'm going to recommend that this motor get a new carburetor rebuild. But as far as this season goes, I think it's running great. Started right up, new prop is on. Looks cool, man. 2000-ish, 1991, somewhere in the newer range, Yamaha. Ready for many more years of service. I got the fuel line disconnected to drain the carb. And that's what we wanted to see, because I was worried my water pump repair wasn't working. There's no water's coming out, but I'm resting my hand on the block. And I mean resting my hand on the block, so. I knew it was cooling, just couldn't figure out why it wasn't showing a sign. Again, don't know Yamaha's that well. Followed this tube. I just really pulled this tube off because I didn't see where this went. And I was like, it doesn't look like an oiler, so I just pulled it off. Water's pouring out of this thing, so I said, okay, I gotta have a blocked passage. So I blew some air through there. Boom, P-stream coming good. All right, that's a wrap on the Yamaha, boys and girls. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, we live. All right. So, BTS, Round Valley, Courtney success story footage. 16th time out at Round Valley. No trout. There's no trout here. I don't care what the 16 other YouTube videos of guys catching trout here say. The beginning of freaking March. We're at the bottom. We're using Pinskeys, the blade bait. You can't not catch fish with the Pinsky. The Pinsky. Kitex. Someone said using Kitex is cheating. Bull. Bull. We've circumvented the whole valley. Zero fish. I don't care what you say. My take two. My gear is correct. I'm using
There's no fish here. There's no fish. And if YouTube has them, it's BS. I call BS. I call it. You're not catching fish here. And if you do, then YouTube's algorithm is only showing that video to the idiots who are buying all this crap, like me. So, Round Valley's got no fish. There's no trout in this lake. Unless you're trolling for it, you're not catching it. We're jigging off the bottom. We're not catching trout. Every YouTube video you've ever seen of somebody catching trout is full of poop. They're full of it. I don't believe it. I got every gear going. I went to Amazon. I bought all the stuff they said to buy, and I'm not catching anything. It's not my first time out. It's my 10th time out. I caught one little baby laker, and I don't even think that was legit. So, Blackout Bill's Beefs. YouTube's algorithm on what to use to catch trout in Round Valley. Kitex don't work. Nothing works. I've caught in one laker and 20 times out. There was something wrong with that scenario. I used all your colors. I got the right action rods. I got the right reels. I got the right line. You're full of poop. You're full of poop. If you're catching trout at Round Valley, you're either lucky. That's it. That's it. It has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with gear. It has nothing to do with bait, blade baits, season, where you're lucky. And luck is a skill. It's a freaking superpower. If Deadpool taught you anything, luck is a superpower. It's also a curse if you don't have it. Blackout Bill's Beefs. I'm out.